All right.
Welcome to Make It Last with Say Jaf and Kas. I'm your host, Harry Cassell.
I'm Jafari Roberts.
And I'm Say Jaf and Kas.
Sayaf is back today.
What's good, guys?
Welcome back, Sayaf.
Welcome back, Sayaf.
I appreciate it.
Glad that you're...
I don't think I was missed, really, but whatever.
You were very well missed.
Multiple people actually hit me up about the podcast, and they were like, where's that brown guy?
Gotta miss the brown guy.
We have a lot of things to talk about on today's podcast. We want to talk about Charles Oakley and the Miami Heat streak has been snapped. But first, a Derrick Jones Jr. update.
If you were watching last week, then you, as well as us, finally figured out who Derrick Jones Jr. is.
Derrick Jones Jr. is going to be in the dunk contest, and he scored a bucket in garbage time against the Rockets.
2 field goals, baby. We climbing up. Started from the bottom. Still at the bottom, but...
Derrick Jones Jr. currently has 5 more career points than Say Jaf and Kas.
Doing pretty good.
Harry Cassell and Jafari Roberts, so let's not forget that.
Thanks.
Hey, I can't knock Derrick Jones Jr. now. He's got 5 points, so he's good in my book.
He scored in the NBA, that's all that counts.
Jafari, as an avid Knick fan,
here we go.
can you talk to us about your feelings on the Charles Oakley?
My feelings,
debacle?
Disappointed, completely ruined as a Knicks fan. If there was any possible way to make me feel worse as a Knicks fan, you kick out one of the all-time greats on our team for pretty much no reason. I know it's sprinkled with controversy, but the man basically said nothing and got dragged out by security. Whoever dragged him out, by the way, is a miracle worker, because that man is huge. You dragged out for no reason, handcuffed. Why? Well, why would you do that?
Charles Oakley went on Stephen A. Smith's podcast and said, "We have orders for you to leave." They asked him to leave the building several times, and James Dolan even went to the Washington Post and said he should have never made it to his seat. Dolan went on a particular sports podcast and said that Oakley is now banned. But if he was never allowed in his seat in the first place, he was already banned?
He got double banned.
They double banned him.
They double banned. It's just completely deplorable with the way it was handled, and honestly, I can't believe they did that.
I can't believe they fired the security chief for moving 2 tons of Charles Oakley.
Because you got to keep that guy around. If he can do that, he can do anything.
That man's a real miracle worker. I like what James Dolan does. He turns around and he hangs out with Latrell Sprewell.
As if to say that, you know what, I know I just kicked out one of the Knicks greats, but I can make up for it by hanging out with Charles Sprewell.
As if, like, the white guy who's like, oh, I'm not racist, I have a black friend. I feel like James Dolan's like, oh, I'm not racist, or I'm not a Knick hater. Here's me with a Knick player.
Jesus. Well, hey, we won against the Spurs, so maybe Latrell Sprewell is a good luck charm we finally needed.
I feel like James Dolan's like one racist comment away from selling his team to Steve Ballmer.
But Jafari, as a New York Knicks fan, how do you feel about Charles Oakley, one of your team's legends, being treated so disrespectfully in Madison Square Garden, the most famous arena in the world?
How do you feel knowing that your co-host, Sayaf Walani, asks questions worse than Stu Gotts?
To that, I feel like I have to laugh. To Sayaf's question...
Stu Gotts is my inspiration. Shouts out
Clearly.
to Stu.
Clearly, yeah.
What's the number one thing?
Anyway, let's keep it moving.
Derek Williams is on the Cavs after getting waived by the Miami Heat. He got picked up for a 10-day contract. That's got to be nice, or that's got to be really terrible to know that not only could you not get Melo, you couldn't get Lance.
You couldn't even get the guy who blew in your ear.
Couldn't get the guy that blew in your ear. Lance Stevenson is currently on Minnesota. He's taken a lot of minutes that Zach LaVine would do with his ACL injury. He's not playing well.
No, he's a great replacement for Zach LaVine, bro. Those 4.3 points a game are really doing a lot.
Lance is averaging 4.3 points over 15 minutes, and every Pacers fan is hysterically laughing. That's what happens when you leave.
Finally, they get to laugh.
Speaking of salty fans, Sayaf is here. We're going to talk about the Heat. Their streak finally ended with Philly.
Hallelujah! I love God. Oh my! This is the greatest news of the
Heat. The Heat had 13 wins, including a win against Golden State in Houston early in the streak, and an avid Miami Heat fan who can't wait to talk about why he wants the Heat to lose.
Well,
I want us to have a lottery pick, get Lonzo Ball, and rebuild. I am tired of this nonsense. We're turning into the Kings, a con candy organization.
That's not what I think is happening. Because
I think it's happening.
The Kings don't have Pat Riley, and I think I have an
Pat Riley's 72 next month.
I think that I have an explanation for what's happening here. I think that Pat looked around the league, looked at a team like the Kings, looked at teams like the Knicks. Sorry, Jafari. And he's coming up on 72. As you said, he knows he can't live forever, knows he's not going to be the president forever. I think he was a little nervous. I think he went to Spoelstra and said, are we the Knicks? You know, is this a team that no matter who we add, it's not going to look good. It's not going to be good. And
Pat, hold my beer.
And I think
we gonna change this.
I think Eric Spoelstra said, I'm going to run this out. You let me know when you have your confidence back, and then we'll get Malik Monk. Malik Monk and Lonzo Ball are two up-and-coming college players.
Malik Monk, Alonzo Ball's a prospect, but Malik Monk, watch out for that man in the NBA, I'll tell you what. Anyway, on the next topic, LeBron hitting what we will, and everyone else will call perhaps the luckiest game-tying shot in a minute. But LeBron will call practice.
LeBron hit a game winner against Washington, and they interviewed John Wall after the game and said, that's a 1 in a million shot, to which LeBron said, not for me.
Greatest.
To which, as two Heat fans and Say Jaf and I remember a shot. I think it was at the end of I think we were playing the Spurs, and I think he missed it. I think it was a big shot.
It was the Warriors. I'm on the baseline. It was against the Warriors. I remember that.
I'm talking about the Spurs game that he missed, and Bosch got the rebound to kick out to Ray Allen.
Oh, yeah.
It was such if it's such a walk in the park and it's not for me, how come you couldn't do it then, LeBron?
Because he choked for us in the finals.
Whoa.
Twice.
Says a man who got 2 rings from LeBron.
Hey, and I still love him.
About being ungrateful.
I still love him, alright?
Talk about ungrateful. Let's go on to some celebrities.
The celebrity NBA All-Star Game, the teams have been revealed. The coaches are outlined by Kyle Lowry, Draymond Green, and Fat Joe.
Fat Joe. He's
Fat
back.
Joe, the guy that sang Umbrella.
I'm all the way up.
I'm in the umbrella. What's he saying? I'm in the business of terror.
I'm in English raps, better grab an umbrella.
I have no idea. Fat Joe, also joining him, Nick Cannon, Jason Williams, Baron Davis. So many relevant people from 2008. I feel like they should bring Obama in. I really do. He'd ball.
He'd dunk on him.
I mean, Obama, I think Flo Rida can get in there too.
He would dunk on Aaron Sanchez from Chopped.
Oh, definitely. I'll tell you that much. Well, that dunk needed a little more salt on it, a little parsley on the side order.
Headlining the Celebrity All-Star Game, Mark Cuban.
The
greatest honor.
Let's see if he deserved to hold that trophy.
Mark Cuban. I think the Milwaukee Bucks president is also playing, but he's not on Shark Tank, so we're not going to talk about him.
That's not important.
That's a true statistic. 1 out of 30 NBA owners are on Shark Tank.
What's his name?
And he's the main baller.
Mark Cuban.
What's that guy called? Mark Cuban.
So, Jafari, you remember last week we were talking about s'mores Girl Scout cookies?
That we were, Harry.
What did we do this week?
We found some s'mores Girl Scout cookies.
Hold up. When did this happen?
We do research for this show.
We're basically
There's no research involved. You guys got cookies and didn't tell me.
You know how hard it was to get those cookies?
Basically, yeah.
Why did you? I wanted some cookies.
Honestly, man.
Read the rundown.
Yeah.
You emailed it to me.
You get cookies when you read the rundown.
I read it.
So this is
Now I'm just kidding. Not even relevant anymore.
Jafari and I were very disappointed in the s'mores Girl Scout cookies. We are. It's not you, Girl Scout. We love you. We love Thin Mints. Thin Mints are my favorite.
Thin Mints gotta be the best.
But s'mores. First of all, it wasn't s'mores because they were sugar cookies.
It was icing.
It wasn't marshmallow. It was icing. It wasn't graham crackers. It was sugar. S'mores Girl Scout cookie. You do not get a positive review from us. Make more Thin Mints.
Not from me, Girl Scout. I still haven't tried it.
Yeah, run a rundown. And
read our rundown.
Yeah.
Finally, tomorrow's Valentine's Day. We're going to talk about some Valentine's love theme events. Recently, Domino's opened up a website, Domino'sWeddingRegistry.com, where, if you're in love and you and your significant lover love Domino's.
That's what Domino's do. What don't they?
Then you can register for pizza. And they have a lot of fun things, like they have fun names for the different selections, like there's wedding night and an excuse not to cook. The only one that makes sense to me is bachelor party. It has pizza, chicken, and a couple sandwiches. But who's doing this? Who is this for?
How well do you think it will go if you went to your wife and said, "Let's cater our wedding with Domino's"?
It'd be really good because you could have the divorce right after the wedding.
The fastest divorce of all time. Okay.
Quicker than any Kardashian, that's for damn sure.
Okay, can we go into the best topic on this podcast by far? We saved the best for last.
The best topic has to be Shed Simov, avid troll. Started a it's basically Tinder, but it's just him. It's called Shinder, and it's an app where hundreds of women over the past week have matched with this guy. And Jafari, as an avid Tinder user, are you upset that you didn't think of this first?
I'm so upset. This might be the most genius idea since sliced bread. Like, actually the most genius idea since sliced bread. No figurative language. No, honestly, dude, this guy...
Who doesn't love sliced bread, though?
Yeah, but this guy made a whole Tinder where you can match with only him. You can't lose. We have Schindler, who saved thousands of Jews from the Holocaust, and now we have Shinder, who was made by a guy who is now buried under thousands of houses of women. Like, this guy is going down in my book as probably the top 5 most avid people of all time.
Top 5 names that rhyme with Schindler of all time.
Also that. Number 1.
The tagline for the app is quality, not quantity, which I feel like is easy to say when you have hundreds of matches. If I was on Tinder and I was the only guy, I'd be like, yeah, quality is whatever.
Yeah, exactly. At that
quantity
point,
is whatever.
Quantity is definitely what's going to happen to you. I don't know about quality, but hey, hundreds of matches. You must be doing something, right?
And that's our show for you today, guys. This has been Make It Last with Say Jaf and Kas. If you like the show, keep it going. Subscribe to our page on YouTube. Look for us in the search bar. Make It Last. Say Jaf Kas.
I love you guys.
Oh, he said it.
I'm still salty.